What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing the Canon 35mm f1.2 lens, and I'm going to be asking the question, is it any good for video? So one of the things I want to ask is it any good for video? How does the video footage look? And also, is it worth buying? So that's what we're going to be talking about. Let's just jump into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and I like to make videos like these for other photographers, filmmakers, and creatives out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live. So if that sounds like something you're into, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of the other videos that I have about photography, entrepreneurship, and what it's like to be a full-time creative. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the Canon 35mm f1.2 lens, but I'm going to be asking, is it any good for video? So currently right now, so you have an idea, I'm shooting my video on my Canon SL2, that's the body that I'm using, and the lens that I'm using is the kit, the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. It's a STM lens, which is something important to remember when you're talking about video. So let's discuss this Canon 35mm lens right now. So I use this lens all the time in actuality, and this is my Canon 5D. As you can tell, I'm just a Canon head, but I use this lens all the time, and I actually love this lens when it comes to taking pictures. But the question is it any good for video? So the answer on that one is maybe. It kind of depends, right? So here's the thing. It's a prime lens, so you know that you're going to be able to get nice bokeh on it. You get those soft, blurry backgrounds. Also, it goes down to 1.2, so you know it can perform well in those low light situations. The question is how practical is it when you're using it for video? So when it comes to using it for video, here's the thing. It looks good, but the practicality isn't that great, and here's why. When this thing autofocuses, you can hear that. It's pretty loud. So if you're going to be using this for video, you need to have either A, an off-camera mic, or B, just use it strictly for B-roll. So actually, how about this? Why don't I put this lens onto my camera right now, and you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to autofocusing. So let me pause this for a quick second. Okay, so now you can see here I switched up the lens. So now I actually have the 35mm on. I'm in the same spot, okay? And this is the lens that I normally shoot with, but let me show you how it is. So I have a shotgun mic on the camera right now. So you can hear how it sounds when it's autofocusing, right? It's a lot of, a lot of that whole sound. You'll probably hear it on there. So that's why it's important. So as you can see, if you have it set up, you have it on manual focus, you can get a pretty nice, a pretty decent shot. But when you're moving around and you're trying to catch different focal points, this thing could be a monster. So make sure that you either A, have an off-camera mic, or you're just using it for B-roll. So let's switch back on to this guy right here. Oh, here you go. So here it is. This is the Canon 35mm lens. Now, as you notice on that last clip, you got to get an example of how the actual footage looked with it on a video. So that's one thing right there. Also, you got to get an idea of how that autofocus really works and how it can mess up your shot if you plan on using an on-camera or a shotgun microphone. So the question is this bad boy worth it? Worth buying? I think right about now, I've seen these things for about $350 US. I'm sure you can shop around and find them on different areas, but the question is, practically speaking, for video, is the Canon 35mm f1.2 lens any good? And the answer is, well, it depends. It really depends on what you're going to be shooting. So first of all, being that it's a prime lens, you know that you're going to get that nice soft blurry background. You're going to get that nice soft bokeh. Also, being the fact that it goes to 1.2, you know that it's going to perform really well in those low light situations. When it comes to shooting photography, I absolutely love this lens. I have it on my camera basically all the time. When it comes to video, I rarely ever use this lens, only because it's my style of shooting. So I think that you can get some nice shots with this if you're in manual focus. You got an off-camera microphone. It could be really used really well if you're just gonna have B-roll with no audio. This will also be good for that. But if you plan on doing any type of run and gun shooting, you know, just pulling it up, you know, any type of vlogging, anything where you're gonna have an on-camera microphone, it's not really worth it. So yeah, so that's it. That's basically my take on the Canon 35mm f1.2 lens, and is it worth using or buying for video? And like I said, it all really depends on your shooting style. When it comes to photography, it's an absolute yes for me. Like when it comes to photography, it's so versatile. It's wide enough that you can use it in different type of scenarios and situations that are somewhat practical, like if you're shooting an event. But at the same time, when it comes to video, it really depends. If you're buying this, you know, you just want to mess around and do some extra stuff. But if it's something that you need, if you need a piece of equipment, you need a piece of glass right now, and you got a job or a project tomorrow, nah, don't go with this. So that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully you found this video useful. If so, give me a like. That was my review on the Canon 35mm f1.2 lens as far as it comes to video. Now, I also did another review where I compared this lens and the 85mm lens as far as when it comes to using it for photos. So I'll leave a link in the description for that below. You can check that out. Until next time, all my people out there trying to get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.